Justin Herbert is considered by many, including myself, to be a top six quarterback in the NFL. However, after last season's disappointing loss to the Patriots in the wild card round, Justin Herbert is now 0-3 in the playoffs, choking a 27-0 lead to the Jaguars in 2022, throwing 4 interceptions versus the Texans in 2024, and only putting up 3 points versus the Patriots in 2025. So, I want to dive into the film and see why Justin Herbert can't win a playoff game, and I think I figured it out. Let's dive into the film. Here on this first play, we're going to have a 1st and 10 from the Chargers' 34-yard line, and we're going to be coming out in this tight bunch formation, 12 personnel. We want to really make the Patriots think we're running the ball here, but we're going to go hard play action, and then we're going to end up running this flood concept. The only thing is, instead of a typical corner route, we're going to be hooking Ladd McConkey because we think from film study he's going to be open in that space right there. Ends up not getting open, and you see Justin Herbert actually scrambles and goes to take off. But the biggest thing I want you to notice here is look at Ladd McConkey. If Justin Herbert wasn't nervous to make a mistake in the playoffs and kept his eyes down the field, he would have saw Ladd McConkey for a wide open touchdown on the very first passing play of the game. And this right here is kind of the narrative that we're going to see throughout this entire video. After that first drive stalled out, I want to take over here where the Chargers got the ball after a turnover inside the low red zone. So right here, we're going to have 1st and 10 at the Patriots 10-yard line. And we're going to see we come out in this tight doubles formation right here. We're going to put Ladd McConkey in motion on an orbit motion. And when we put him into that motion, we see that we've got zone coverage because no one follows Ladd. They just bump over. And I don't know if Herbert just doesn't have the permission in this offense this past season to get out of it or not, but we end up running a man beater in mesh against zone coverage. Obviously, no one gets open, and Justin Herbert just has to go make a play. And he does that, picks up a couple yards, but you just see there's not great play calling to set him up for success in this low red zone. Okay, so on this next play, we're going to have 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line right here, and we're just going to be running read option, and we have a really good look to run it because our goal on this play is to see if this end crashes down on the running back, and if he does exactly like he's going to right here, Justin Herbert is supposed to take this ball, Trey Harris is supposed to crack down on the linebacker, Robert Spillane, and then our fullback is going to be able to get to the corner on the outside and block him, and we'll have an easy walk-in touchdown as Justin Herbert. Great play call right here, but terrible execution by Trey Harris, which ruins this entire play. So that's going to put us on 3rd and goal from the Patriots 3-yard line, and you see here we're going to come out in another tight bunch formation, but our X is going to be across the formation from the rest of our receivers, 11 personnel, so we're really showing them we're going to pass the football here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to motion Keenan Allen across the formation, and when we motion him across, we see we've got zone coverage, and I really hate this play call because we're not threatening a flat defender, we're not high-lowing a curl defender. I just don't know what we were doing here from an offensive coordinator perspective. So what we're really saying is in Justin Herbert we trust, go out and make a play, and that's exactly what he tries to do with his legs, but they do a great job gang tackling him. So after getting the Patriots 2-yard line, we decide we're going to go for it on 4th down. So we got a 4th and goal here from the 2-yard line. We're going to motion Quentin Johnston across the formation, get to another bunch look right here, but we're not as condensed or tight this time. So the Patriots are going to end up sending the house right here. And when they do that, Justin Herbert realizes he's got to bail out quick, tries to make a throw on the run, and just unfortunately misses. That's a rare miss for him. He usually hits that throw. So after stalling out in the red zone, we're going to come back in the 2nd quarter, down 3-0, 2nd and 11 right here. Going to come out in this wide bunch formation. We're going to motion over Ladd McConkey, get to this twins 2x2 look right here. And even though the corner didn't follow Ladd McConkey, you see the safety roll down to play him in man coverage, and they ultimately rotated the nickel back to the free safety spot right there. So that tells us we probably got man coverage. So Justin Herbert's going to go through his read progression and then eventually find Ladd McConkey on the deep return route, pick up a 1st down right there. Great football, great job getting through his read progression. So after that big completion to Ladd McConkey and a couple run plays, we're driving. We've got 1st and 10 from the New England 33-yard line right here. And you see we're going to come out in this trips nub look right here. And we're going to short motion in Quentin Johnston. And we're going to run a cross concept to clear the middle of the field so that we can ultimately have Ladd come in behind him on a dig wide open. And just watch how Justin Herbert poorly executes this play right here. He's going to look directly at it, and then he's going to instantly get to his check down because he doesn't like it despite it being wide open. And it almost seems to me like Justin Herbert is scared to make a mistake in the playoffs, and that just pops up over and over again like he doesn't trust his receivers or he doesn't trust his O-line or the play calling's bad or he's just scared to make a mistake, which sucks for me because I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan and I'm a huge Justin Herbert believer. I believe he's a top 6 quarterback in the NFL, but for some reason when it's playoff time, he just won't let himself execute what's in front of him. But even with that, we still get down to the red area here. You see, we're going to have 2nd and 7 from the New England 8-yard line right here. The Patriots are in an obvious cover 3 look right here. One high safety, 2 corners, heavy outside leverage about 7 to 10 yards off. So that lets us know, hey, we should probably run the ball or pick on a defender in quick game, try to make him a read key. Instead, we run a man beating double post cross concept in the tight red zone area right here. A terrible play call that results in Justin Herbert having to try to make a play with his legs, ends up making that play. You see the running back is leaking wide open from the middle of the field, but that'd be a cross-body throw. So instead, Herbert dumps it off to his fullback, makes a great play for us. This should be a touchdown, but unfortunately the fullback falls down. That's one that sucks to see. Right after that, we end up running the football, have to settle for a field goal, making it 3-3. 3rd and 11 here, 48 seconds left. We're in 2-minute drill. We just want to try to score before halftime to establish some momentum for our offense. End up running 4 verticals right here. And the thing I really want to point out is that there were plenty of things open on this play, and I think it once again shows Herbert's lack of a desire to put the football into tight windows or possibly give his guy a chance in playoff games. Now, the obvious open space here is up the seam to the field side, but that's not actually what I'm talking about. That's a pretty high-risk throw, and I wouldn't want him making that before halftime. Instead, what I'm talking about is Quentin Johnson at the top of your screen to the boundary. He's running a deep post, and yes, he has a great cornerback on him in Carlton Davis, but ultimately what we would say here is no deep safety, running a post with your 6'4" receiver, throw that football up and give him a chance. Worst case, it gets picked off, and it's an arm punt. Best case, he catches it, we're in field goal range, and we can kick a field goal before halftime, or maybe even go for a touchdown with 30 seconds left. We ended up leaving too much time on the clock before halftime, giving the Patriots the ball back, so now it's 6-3, 2nd and 7. We're on our own 35-yard line, and we're going to be running a sail concept. And Justin Herbert's job is to hang in this pocket and high-low the flat defender and either hit your flat route or your sail route. Now, we end up getting blitzed. Justin Herbert has to slightly move off of his spot, but I believe if Justin Herbert would have actually kept his eyes downfield instead of panicking and getting to his check down so quick, he would have been able to pick up an explosive play right here, maybe establish some momentum, and went down and scored a touchdown on this drive. But thankfully that was just 2nd down, so now we're at 3rd and 7 here on our own 35-yard line still. Score is 6-3, and the Patriots are going to give us an opportunity here to pick up a 1st down, maybe even a touchdown. So what we're going to do, we're going to motion in Ladd McConkey on a short motion, get to this typical trips bunch look right here. And when we do this, we're going to ultimately end up having a zone beater called up right here. We're going to take Ladd McConkey and we're going to run him on a wheel. We're going to run a hitch with Keenan Allen, and then we're going to run a capture route with Gadsden. And our goal when we're doing this is we want to high-low the curl defender, we want to pull in the flat defender out wide, and then we want to leak the wheel up through the sideline, and we're going to have an opportunity to score a touchdown right here if we can throw a good football. But the only problem is you see late, the Patriots are going to end up sending a blitz at us here, so Justin Herbert's going to have to move off his spot, climb up in the pocket, goes a run out to the left, sees Ladd McConkey wide open for a touchdown, and ends up just underthrowing it, and we miss out on a big touchdown there, and that just absolutely sucks and is very gut-wrenching as an offense. Okay, after that drive fizzled out, we're going to come back out here. We're going to have 1st down from our own 23-yard line, 7 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, and we're going to be in 12 personnel. We want to really make the defense think we're going to run the football because the game's still close. Going to motion in Ladd McConkey on a short motion, so we're getting to a slot formation right here. And what we're going to end up running is a deep out from Quentin Johnson, and then we're going to run that capture type in route from our slot in Ladd McConkey, and we really want him to be able to settle in between the 2 linebackers, and we have to hit our back foot as a quarterback and fire it into him. However, I don't really blame Justin Herbert for not making this throw because if you see, there's nothing holding Carlton Davis on his side of the field, so he could cheat in and possibly pick this football off. Now, he wouldn't have been able to if Justin Herbert hit his back foot and got it out on time, but that is something to note that this isn't really the best play call in the world in my opinion. But Herbert decides not to throw it, ends up scrambling out to his right. Quentin Johnson ends up breaking away on scramble drill for a wide open touchdown, and unfortunately, once again, Justin Herbert underthrows him and we miss out on another potential touchdown right here. And even though we keep looking at plays where Justin Herbert technically cost the Chargers a big play or a touchdown, I don't want to just put it all on Herbert because he did a lot of good in this game as well. You see here, absolutely nothing is getting open and he just takes off, gets a 1st down for his team. In this very next clip, you're going to see the exact same thing. We're going to have a 1st and 15 right here, and Justin Herbert has to make a play and pick up the first down himself because nobody's getting open. Same thing on this next play right here. 1st and 10, same drive, and Justin Herbert's taking off and picking up another first down because no one is getting open and the play calling isn't very great consistently across the board for this Chargers team. There's a reason they just hired Mike McDaniel, and people like me are super excited for how him and Justin Herbert are going to pair in this offense, and I expect the Chargers to make a run for a Super Bowl this year if he can ultimately get past this idea of not wanting to put the ball in harm's way or potentially take risks with pushing the ball down the field in the playoffs. But unfortunately, we've got to get back to more bad with Justin Herbert not being willing to push the football down the field. You see here, we're going to come out in a trips look right here, and we're going to ultimately change the launch point on the play because we have a play that we know is going to get open. We just need time in the pocket for Justin Herbert so that he can execute it. And ultimately, I want you to pay attention to this backside dig coming across your screen right here because the goal of this play is to boot out the pocket, get these linebackers to shift over, get away from the blitz, and then throw this dig back across the middle, and we're going to pick up a huge explosive. And unfortunately, Justin Herbert just doesn't execute it because he's nervous to make this throw over the middle. I do want to say though, I hope every single one of you watched this before you leave any hate comments down below. I could not imagine playing quarterback behind this offensive line in this game. Here we're going to have a 3rd and 1 with 4 minutes left. We're going to execute quick game right here, and we're just going to have quick outs from our slot receivers in this twins formation, and then we're going to have captures from our outside receivers or in routes where Justin Herbert just needs about 2 seconds in the pocket. He just needs his offensive line to handle the blitz for 2 seconds so that he can throw this capture in over the middle, and instead he gets absolutely lit up behind this offensive line because they just don't understand some of the most simple things taught by any offensive line coach in the NFL. What do I mean by that? Well, look at it from the end zone view right here. You're going to see that this outside corner is blitzing. And we know as an offensive lineman, anytime there's a corner blitz or anyone's blitzing from the outside, the nearest edge rusher to the outside isn't also going to go outside. He's either going to stunt inside or he's going to take an inside path on his rush. And instead of the O-lineman communicating that and the running back taking him as he comes in, or the running back taking the cat blitz on the outside, instead they just let Justin Herbert get destroyed and no one even blocks the edge rusher at all. This is just terrible offensive line play, and I couldn't imagine how shaky I would be behind this offensive line playing quarterback. But I absolutely love this play by Justin Herbert. No care in the world. 4th and 9 right here. He knows the Patriots are coming on a blitz. He knows no matter what protection he checks into, his O-line's not going to be able to handle it. So he just drifts back about 15 yards, just throws it off his back foot, and we pick up the first down right here. That's some impressive stuff, but it also shows no faith in your offensive line at all. So with that, I figured what better way to end off this video than with terrible offensive line play by this Chargers O-line. Thanks for watching. Let me know down below what you think about Justin Herbert. I honestly still think that he's a top 6 quarterback in the NFL. He just has to get over these playoff woes, and I think the only way he's going to be able to do that is with a more consistent running game and improved O-line and just team overall, and I think he has that this year, so I'm excited to see what he can do.